What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to PokeMarketLab. It is time for another midweek market update. And you know what that means? That means sticker giveaways. If you would like a chance at picking up one of these awesome holographic stickers, leave a comment below. Whatever you want, maybe tell me what your favorite card is from this week's midweek market update. I'll pick 2 winners at random and announce them next week and throw a cool sticker in the mail for you. So make sure you hit those comments below and we'll announce last week's winners here. Steel Sizor and Jefferson Jackson 8590. I replied to your comments. Reach out at my email there that I left you and we will get a sticker in the mail for you. Let's get on to the show. All right, let's get into it. This week's midweek market update is pretty much all singles. We're just past the TCG Player Cyber Monday, Cyber Weekend 10% cashback deal in-store credit, and it was really good for the Pokemon market. Singles included, a ton of money pouring into the hobby. So let's look at our first card here. This beautiful Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike was a huge beneficiary of that store credit cashback this weekend, running up, and the singles are no exception. Beautiful 18% return on this awesome card from Fusion Strike. Very unique artwork for the Sword and Shield era. It certainly stands out versus other sets. I do think Fusion Strike is the next set to kind of do that climb, that kind of trace in the footsteps of Evolving Skies here. I can easily see Fusion Strike boxes at maybe 500 by the end at some point in 2025. But yeah, beautiful card in Fusion Strike here. Another beneficiary in Fusion Strike, this Mew VMAX, beautiful card. There's only 20 of these listed on TCG Player right now, $85 market price. Moving on with Fusion Strike, Espeon VMAX at $214. Nice 16% return in the last 30 days, doing extremely well. Next up is a Gengar from Lost Origin Trainer Gallery here. Market price of only $6, but this has run up nicely here in the last 30 days. And this is a cute little card. I wasn't aware of this one, and that's going on my pickup list, especially for $6. That's just a cool Gengar. But yeah, lots of focus back on Sword and Shield singles, which is great. Moving on to Scarlet and Violet era, I just wanted to note and highlight some really good performers here in the promo section. Most of these being the Pokemon Center exclusive promos with the stamped Pokemon Center logo from the Pokemon Center ETBs. They've done extremely well here. We have, let's see, the most recent one is the Magneton from Surging Sparks. That one's listed at, that's right at $50 a pop. Of course, we get the Charmander from Obsidian Flames doing beautifully at $95 market price. Just these, the change to going with the Pokemon Center stamp promo for Scarlet and Violet era cannot be, the change, that benefit of that change cannot be overstated. Most of these are doing extremely well from Scarlet and Violet. They're really good artwork. They're rare, and from a sealed collector's perspective, cracking these Pokemon Center ETBs to get these promos into the wild is awesome. There was no reason to do so in Sword and Shield, so the fact that we have really exclusive cards that hold value means people would you can crack the ETB, get most of your ETB value or more, and then obviously you have the packs to as a kind of bonus. So really great performance on most of these cards. Looking again at that Charmander from Obsidian Flames, up 30% in the last month here. This is the regular version. Sorry, this is not the Pokemon Center version, but the regular version is up to $12 market value here. And again, benefited here really well from the TCG Player cashback bonus sale here. Over almost 200 of these sold on November 28th alone. Beautiful card, very cute. Awesome scene with multiple Pokemon there. Excellent card. Snorlax from 151. This is the Pokemon Center version here, $110 market price here on TCG Player, which is fantastic. That's really pushing up those 151 Pokemon Center ETBs for sure. Pikachu with Gray Felt Hat, one of my favorite cards. This unfortunately, the release of this card was not very memorable. It wasn't a good experience. A lot of people missed out. I know I heard of lines at the museum to try to get this card, and I was very lucky to be able to snag one of these from the Pokemon Center website. For actually one for myself and one for my friend, and I actually graded one and got a 10 back on it. Actually, 10's very easy to get on this card. But this is doing very well. Nice 12% bump in the last month here. One of my most prized possessions. Beautiful card. Just so out there compared to what we see, even with promos. This I think will do well long term for sure. And it's surprising given how many of these there were in the market here, how many people are still holding on to them. Really not many listed on TCG Player. My buddy Goldango from Paradox Rift, a very, very decent set here. This card is up 27% in the last 30 days at a right under $23 market price here. Another very good beneficiary of the bonus buck sale. 114 of these sold on the 28th of November. Really cool card. If you haven't seen it in person, it just stands out. It's just very cool art style. Kind of a almost like a graffiti art style, graffiti street art kind of style, for lack of a better term. So really cool card. Altaria EX SIR from Paradox Rift also doing very well. Nice 30% bump in the last 30 days. I can't say, again, Paradox Rift has just been a sleeper. I'm not saying it's the best set ever. It's certainly not. But the market's definitely looking at this set and looking at the singles. Booster box is up. Singles are up. And this one's no exception at a $33 market price. So really doing well. Paradox Rift is definitely coming into its own for sure. Iron Crown EX from Temporal Forces, another good set. I would call this a solid B tier set. Only 21 of these in near mint condition listed on TCG Player at $72 market price. Again, bunches of these sold on, with the cashback event here and doing phenomenally well. Beautiful artwork. I do not have one of these. I really do want one. I kind of wanted to see it in person before I picked it up, but doing fantastically well. And again, another set, Temporal Forces, was slept on for a long period of time. However, I do believe Temporal Forces was really when, the market started to shift towards, in Scarlet and Violet's favor. So Obsidian Flames finally getting a little bit of love here. The Charizard EX, hyper rare, 18% gain in the last 30 days at a $24 market price. And the only problem with these is just the pull rates are so easy on Obsidian Flames that there's so many of these in the market. It's still over 100 on TCG Player. But at least it's finally getting some attention. Sold decently during the sales event here. And it's a good looking card. I don't have it, but it's I think it's finally Obsidian's getting some attention for sure in the singles. Our buddy Pikachu EX SIR from Surging Sparks is bouncing up again. So I think we got to a low of about $430 here right before the bonus buck sale, and it is appreciated right back up to almost $500, which I think was right about where. Yes, actually no, we were way higher than that. We were closer to 600. So this is bounced up nicely. There's only 60 of these listed on TCG Player, with over 300 of them sold at that high a price point is saying something. And I can't say this enough, but I really do think that even if you're just looking at this card, this makes Surging Sparks worth $200 a box easily. And we got a lot of other good stuff in Surging Sparks. Look at the lineup for Surging Sparks and how well it's holding up post-release. This set, I guarantee you this set has been more open than anything in Scarlet and Violet. Hands down. There's so many chaseable cards. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards over $100. 5 SIRs over $100 in this set. So it's not just a Pikachu, it's multiple cards. And then even after that, even after you drop off from $100, $60 cards, $60 card, $50 card, 40, 30, 36, 31. It just keeps going. There's tons of value here. And I think if you kind of look at this in totality, these we're really looking at a booster box that's probably still, I'm guessing, undervalued. And we're going to do another video about how many boxes we estimate have been opened just based on what we see for the Pikachu EX, because the pull rates for individual SIR are hard. Okay, I know you see a lot of people posting pictures of the Pikachu, but it is hard. The pull rate data does not lie. And the fact that you're seeing so many people open, it's the cracking. People are cracking this product like Evolving Skies, chasing those cards. So you're chasing that Pikachu EX, you don't get it. Maybe you get the Latias, the Pikachu EX Hyper Rare, Melodic. That's another one that's going up tremendously. There's so much stuff that you'd be happy to pull here, and it's of good value. It is the dream when you're cracking packs, right? And that's why people love the product. And I guarantee you, Surging Sparks will go down as a nostalgic product. People will remember opening it. They're going to remember pulling that Pikachu. They're going to remember chasing that Pikachu. And the population of available boxes for Surging Sparks will be much, much lower because of that, right? Tell me, you cannot tell me, there is no scenario that I would ever believe that anything in Scarlet and Violet was cracked as heavily as this. I don't have any data to prove that. I don't have any solid data to prove that. I do have data. Again, another video coming. But there's just looking at what we have here and how much support there is. I mean, this is one of the most open products ever. And look at the prices on things. They're still going. There's so much demand. There's still demand. We had Prismatic Evolutions, and there's still demand for Surging Sparks. And I mean, I think I'm telling you now, if it wasn't for Prismatic Evolutions, this would be racing towards $500 a box. And what might end up happening, I wonder, if Prismatic Evolutions, if we don't get enough product to market for Prismatic, and those boxes stay at $100+ or continue to climb, I wonder if that means people just refocus on Surging Sparks, and we see it continue to climb. If Prismatic wasn't there, this would be on its way. This would be marching past $250 towards $500 a box right now, if people weren't waiting to try to pick up whatever they can for Prismatic. And that's the only thing cannibalizing this product at this point. So again, speaking of those individual cards here in Surging Sparks, Prismatic, Latias EX has done very, very well. I mean, the crazy thing is, you know, we know what happens after release day for a product. A ton of singles come to market, right? There's only 50 of these listed in near mint condition on TCG Player, and it's holding a $250 market price. You could take the Pikachu out of the equation. You had just the Latias, and you'd have a Twilight Masquerade situation, right? We get an almost $300 card. It's crazy. It's holding up fantastically well. The pull rates are hard. That's it's the math. It's math at the end of the day. Pikachu EX Hyper Rare, again, doing fantastically well. Is that 300%? Is that right? Wow. Yeah, 300% gain on near mint copies in the last month. $165 market price. That's bananas. Melodic EX, not an artwork I would have thought would have been chased. There's less than 30 of these near mint on TCG Player. Before this continue, look at this run up, and 60%, almost 70% in the last 30 days. I can't even believe it. This is wild. It's a beautiful artwork. I wouldn't have guessed. So, and then the Hydreigon, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but not holding up quite as well. But there's 24 of these listed on TCG Player, so that one's about to pop for sure. That's actually popped in price. We're 72 to 103 in November. Crazy. Yeah. So market's pumping. And Surging Sparks is leading the charge. Prismatic's right around the corner. And we're just getting started with Scarlet and Violet and what we have in the back half. So things are crazy. It's great singles. I'm not seeing a ton, going through the market, just everything's up. Like this weekend, the amount of money, it can't be overstated how much money came into the Pokemon hobby this weekend with that bonus box sales. Just the numbers we're seeing. We saw it with Paldea Evolve. They did another video just showing booster box volume through the weekend. It's crazy. Now, that could mean, that drives people's wallets up for the next couple of weeks. We're going to the holiday season. Who knows? Maybe that means things kind of level off for a little while. Like, that could be it. But yeah, it's a bull market. I mean, we're getting a lot of extra money coming into the hobby. You get scalpers that are running wild now. Obviously investors are taking advantage of things. And, one thing I want to make sure people are aware of, if you've been in this hobby long enough, this is a time that if you've been holding on to product and you're looking to liquidate, this is the time to do it. Probably the best time to do it would have been going into this last weekend here before the sale, but second best time right now. It is a bull market. So, when others are greedy, it might be time to, cash in. So, or at least a box or two. That's what I've done recently. It's just kind of, box here and there just to liquidate get some value back to reinvest into other things. That's what we're doing. That's the point of things, right? At the end of the day. So that's it for this week's midweek market update. Remember, hit a comment in the below here. Again, tell me what your favorite card is from the Market Watch this week. and I'll pick 2 winners at random and announce them on next week's video. So that's it. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Be safe out there. Take care.